Scenic elements don't always stay in one place. Discover how EOS channels can be tied to augmented objects to change position, rotation, and visibility on the fly, as well as in cues. The first thing I want to do is go to cue out, just to get a clear stage, and I'm going to go into patch. And I want to put these channels way up high, so I'm going to go ahead and say channel 1001, enter, and I want to change that type. And I want to go to the manufacturer ETC. And in ETC, I have a fixture type called Scenic Element. And if I click on that, there's actually two types. I have Scenic Element, which is just visibility, whether I can see the object or not in the model. And then I have Movable. And for today, I'm going to go ahead and select Movable. And with that patched, I'm going to go back out into Live. And I want to turn this channel on in Live because when I go into my editor, it's going to show me what the live state looks like. So if this channel's off and I put any objects underneath it, they're going to disappear. Now I want to go into my augmented editor and I can hit edit. You'll notice when I'm in my editor that I have my channel 1001 down here at the bottom, and that's got a special symbol that shows that it is a movable scenic channel. And the first thing I want to do is come in here and give it a name. And that will be my front of house truss movable. And up here I also have my front of house truss. And previously I had put all of my channels underneath that truss. So now I'm going to drag that whole truss on top of channel 1001. And you'll notice that if I open up channel 1001, my front of house truss is under there. And if I open up my front of house truss, I can still see my channels underneath there. And it's as simple as that. Now that those objects are nested under channel 1001, I'm going to hit done, and I'm going to apply those changes. And now I can use channel 1001 to control not just the visibility, but the location of all of those objects that are underneath it. So the first thing I'm going to do is say 1001 out. And you'll notice that my truss and all the fixtures go away. If I hit full, they come back. So my intensity is my visibility state in my augmented model. I can also change the location of this channel and all of its nested objects. I'm going to say 1001, and I'm going to say Z focus, which is my height. And then I'm going to say at plus minus, and remember that this will give us a negative offset from the object's current location, 5.6, enter. And that is going to drop that object 5 foot 6 inches from its previous state. And I like that, so I'm going to say record to 02, enter. And I want to move that truss vertically again, so I'm going to say 1001 Z focus at plus 10, and that's going to move it 10 feet from its current position. Enter. And you'll see that that moves that truss up. I'm going to go ahead and say record to 03, enter. And now when I hit back, you'll notice that my truss moves down. And because we're using cue timing, when I hit go, it's going to take 2 seconds to move to its new position. We can also use scenic element channels to control scenic objects and their location. So I'm going to go back into patch and say 1002, enter. And I'm also going to change my type to ETC, Scenic Element, Movable. And I'm going to go back into Live. So in my augmented window, I'm going to come into Edit. And I'm going to take that desk chair and drag it under channel 1002. So you can see that's now nested under that channel. And that's it. I'm going to hit done and apply these changes. Now I can say 1002 full, enter, and that chair will appear in my model. And now on my encoders, I'm going to go to my focus XYZ, and I'm going to move that chair to a position, and maybe I want to rotate it a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead and update that cue only, enter. And now I'm going to grab that channel again, and move it to a different position, way across stage. And I'm going to rotate it. And I'm going to record Q204, enter. So now when I hit back, that chair is going to go to its scenic position in Q203, and when I hit go, it will use the Q time to get to its new position in Q204.